Yo, what is up? This is iGuru back with a new video, and today is day 20 of the Advent calendar, which featured the Cromwell B going on sale. But today we are going to take a look at the Type 64 instead, because I would imagine the Type 64 would be coming up for sale soon, one of these days, any day now. For around $16 you can get your hands on one of these babies. Now, before I go on, let me explain to you what kind of equipment I have on this current tank at the moment. I have the optics, the rammers, and the vertical stabilizers, but you have the option of running the gun laying drive versus the gun rammer if you wish, because one of the reasons is because this gun already reloads at around 3 seconds. Running a gun rammer only improves it 0.3 seconds, which is 1/3 of a second, which is absolutely nothing. So if you would want to run a gun laying drive, I would not fault you for it. In fact, that's what I'm going to do pretty soon. So besides that, the consumables that I run on this tank is the standard stuff, which is the fire extinguishers, small repairs, and small first aid kit. Of course, if you are in randoms and tournaments, I would be running food, to be honest with you, because you need that extra sharpness with the food. But if you are playing strongholds and team battles in the random team battles, just run your standard equipment. You make more credits, save your credits for later. Now this tank is kind of special for me. I got this in August of 2015, so a little over 2 years ago, around 2.5 years ago, and I got it after watching a streamer play it on stream. Mr. Chef played it on stream, and he was doing strongholds with this tank. And at that time, I had an ESL team, and I was really active in team battles, tier 8 team battles, which ran 6 tier 8 tanks and 1 tier 6 tanks, 1 tier 6 tank, and I thought this tank would fit in right in with my ESL activity and strongholds. I could grind credits in it in strongholds, and I could train a decent crew, I suppose. For $16 during sale, I think it's a pretty good deal. Now over time, this tank has paid for itself 100-fold, and it's kind of like the tank that it's kind of like the gift that keeps on giving. I've played less than 200 games in it in the random battles, but I've played over 4,000 battles in tier 6 strongholds. This is my most played tank of any kind, and especially in tier 6 strongholds. It's yielded over 200 million in credits. Yes, that's right, over 200 million in credits. It's enabled me to buy over 30 tier 10 tanks from the credits that I earn. It's also a great Chinese tank crew trainer. I've won 4 tournaments in it, tier 6 tournaments in it, thousands in gold. And more recently, I won a Type 62 with the help of this tank in one of the tier 6 tournaments. Now let me show you how you can make a lot of credits with this tank. If you play strongholds on a regular tier 6 stronghold, when you win in a Type 64, you typically earn about 30,000 credits. But if you have clan boosters, you can earn about 50,000 credits average. Now the duration of each game is under 3 minutes if you have an efficient aggressive team. Like for example, if you have like a good team, a team that has a good synthesis. I mean, like, you guys work together well, you have the right tanks, you guys are experienced, you're gonna get your games over in under 3 minutes. And the queue time is almost non-existent in tier 6 strongholds versus tier 8 strongholds. Tier 8, I imagine you need to wait some time because not too many people participate in tier 6 strongholds compared to tier 6. So this makes the Type 64 one of, if not the best credit grinders in the game. over a 2-hour duration of strongholds with your 75% credit boosters from your clan, you easily make over 1.5 million credits. Now if you run a team with this configuration of like 3 Cromwells, 3 3485Ms and 1 Type 64, not only does your win rate go up, so does your game duration will also go down. You will become highly efficient, because for every 3 minutes, I mean, you have a game over and 50,000 credits in the bank. Now you're looking at this game, I have managed to sneak over to help the heavies in the city. I decided to abandon that 132 left in the field on his own and came up to help the heavies instead, and this has paid off massively because I managed to get these guys, shoot them in the back, and help the team win the game. This looked like a losing game, but I took a gamble there to rush into the city to help the heavies, and we managed to pull it back from a 2-tank deficit to a victory. And just like that, we win the game. Now I know strongholds isn't for everyone. In fact, for the majority of players, you are more likely to play in random battles than strongholds. So the question is fair. How does it work in randoms? Well, my honest opinion, first of all, let me tell you what it isn't. It is not a credit grinder in random battles. More often than not, you need to shoot gold, and I would advise you to run food, because you need this tank to be extra crispy, extra sharp when you're playing in random battles, because you come up against tier 8 tanks, and sometimes they could be 132s or IS3s or defenders. There are a lot of OP tanks out there in tier 8s, so if you are playing in random battles, you do need to shoot a lot of gold and run food to be extra sharp, so you don't make any credits. In fact, breaking even is great, and sometimes you're even in negative territory in terms of credits, but that's okay, because what you don't make in credits, you make up for it in plenty of joy and happiness. This tank will put a smile on your face. You play it to its strength, which is mobility, camouflage, and view range. The penetration on this AP shells is 128 millimeters, which is absolutely crap. The gold rounds only do 177 penetration, which a lot of heavy tanks like defenders and IS3s difficult to penetrate from the front. You do an average of 115 per shell, but the good thing is you get to reload every 3 seconds, so that's a plus. And you have like 32% camo values if you have a good crew in it. Like right now I have my 131 crew in it, which is a really good crew, and I have a view range of 463 meters. Now this tank, like I said, I've played over 4,000 battles in it in strongholds, which means it has not only earned me lots of credits and won tournaments and stuff with it, but it's also helped me train a bunch of crew in it. In fact, all my Chinese crew have been trained in this tank. I have 4 skill, 5 skill crews in my tier 10 5A, 113, 121, the 11114, the 1321 light tank, the Type 32, the 131, and yeah, a lot of light tanks, a lot of heavy tanks that were trained in this particular Type 64. You can see I used its mobility to duke this Lorraine, escape with my life, and obviously I can't fight him on my own. I do need the support from the Scorpion that is sniping from behind. He helped me finish off this guy, but as you can see, I used the mobility to get away from any kind of danger. Of course, you do need to have some sense of map awareness to be able to do this. I saw this guy coming after me, so that's why I could use the mobility and speed to get away from this guy. So I hope you found this review good for you, and look forward to getting this tank during the advent calendar. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye.